5の型寒天の銃。
さあ、これからが本番だ。
Welcome to the 3Cast, the podcast where we talk about three of the biggest topics in pop culture: video games, anime, and sports. I hope everyone's having a good day. NFL Week 4 was a good one, so let's get into it. Let's start off with the Dallas Cowboys and Packers game now. This game definitely was an entertaining game. It was a very back and forth game, almost even in a way. Both teams had almost the exact same stats. Both the quarterbacks had almost the exact same stats. These teams mirrored each other when it comes to this game, and it somehow ended up being a tight score game at 40-40. So, I mean, who could have predicted that? I mean, maybe it just so happens to be a coincidence. I don't know. The fact that these teams both played almost the same and ended up tying at 40-40. And I think this was a double overtime. So that's even more crazier. But before I get to the stats of the game, I just want to say that number one, Cowboys are still having the same problem when it comes to defense. Secondary defense is very lackluster. And offense is just okay. Like they're still having the same problems. And Green Bay Packers, I mean, obviously they have Micah Parsons, which is really helping them out. But now let's get into these stats. Let's start off with the Cowboys stats. Dak Prescott throws for 619 total passing yards, 3 touchdowns, with a passer rating of 124.9. Which means that he did pretty good. He did pretty well. A lot of people like to trash on Dak Prescott, saying that he's not really that good of a quarterback, but he's actually a really good quarterback. Like when he wants to, not every year, but when he wants to, he can put up MVP numbers. And this game really kind of proved that. I don't know if he was trying to show out because he had Mike on the other team or whatever, his previous teammate, but he really did do his thing in this game. George Pickens gets 8 receptions for 134 yards, receiving yards. So saying George Pickens really get the ball a lot. I mean, obviously it's number 1 receiver. Through the, what I'm saying? So he really did do his thing. He got 2 touchdowns. Not bad. Javonte Williams gets 20 carries for 85 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. So the running back, they really wanted to run the ball this game, which is a very smart move. Run the ball, control the clock. You're very smart with the ball when it comes to controlling the clock, when it comes to time of possession, when it comes to just the pace of the game. You really do want to run the ball a lot, and they really did do that a lot. But they also passed it a lot too. So I'm not mad at Dallas's performance. Yeah, man, they really did do their thing. So when it comes to the Green Bay Packers stats, Jordan Love throws for 337 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, with a passer rating of 118.1. So like I said, there goes that similarity when it comes to the stats. Dak Prescott goes 319 passing yards, and Jordan Love throws for 337. So obviously Jordan Love has more, but it is close. It is so close that you can put that similarity. He also throws for 3 touchdowns, Jordan Love as well as Dak Prescott with his 3 touchdowns. But because Jordan Love, throws for more yards, he has a higher passer rating. I mean, he has a higher quarterback rating of 118.1 to Dak Prescott's 124.9. So, you know, it's still close. You know, you can see where the similarities come from. Pomeo Dubs gets 56 receiving yards with 3 touchdowns. So it seems like that he was the primary target of the for the Packers when it came to receiving. So he gets 3 touchdowns as well. Josh Jacob gets 22 carries for 83 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. So it looks like that. Just see, you can see the crossover similarities between these two teams. Both of these two teams ran the ball almost just as much, trying to control the clock, trying to get the most time of possession, also as well passing the ball very well, with similarity of passing yards, with a similarity when it comes to passer rating. Also, Patrick Golden gets 5 receptions for 58 receiving yards. So this game, obviously super similar. The score proves it, 40-40. The passer rating on each quarterback proves it. The amount of times and the amount of yards that each running back got kind of proved it. Receptions as well. The amount of times that they gave the ball to the running back, mainly the same. So I don't know if this was a planned thing. Maybe because this was, I don't know, Dak Prescott's and Michael Parsons' first time playing each other since the trade. So I don't know if this was like a planned thing, probably get promotion up or something like that. I don't know. But it's kind of a coincidence, the fact that everything in this game seems familiar. Even the score was tied, and I think it went to double overtime or something like that. So, hey man, nothing's a coincidence in my eyes. So I don't know. This seemed kind of set up, but I'm not really that sure. But let's get into this Ravens Chiefs game. Now, of course, I have a lot to say about this game. So first of all, I want to say, what are the Ravens doing? I don't know what they're doing. The Ravens used to pride themselves on defense. Like, have the best defense. Like early 2000s Ravens, even like from the 2000s Ravens to the 2012 Ravens, we prided ourselves on defense. But it's conflicting because we don't know what our identity is anymore. We used to be a defensive heavy team, and we were a defensive heavy team until Lamar Jackson came in. And Lamar Jackson has been such a great dynamic quarterback with and he kind of changed the way the Ravens played. He changed the way the Ravens played their game. So now it's a primarily offensive team, and because of that, the Ravens offense now has to carry the bad defense that we have been having for the past straight 4 weeks. And the way our defense is giving up so many points and the way we playing, our offense is struggling when it comes to covering that spread, you know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult. And the fact, oh man, it's not even getting to the fact that Lamar got injured in this game. Oh man, that's gonna hurt our team so much. I don't know how many games he's gonna be out. Let's hope he's not gonna be out for that long, maybe 2 games at most. But man, I hope he really gets better because we're gonna need him when it comes to playmaking. But let's finally get into these stats. So let's start with the Chiefs stats. So Xavier Worthy gets 8 targets, 5 catches, and 83 rushing yards in his return game. So this was his return game. This is the game that the Chiefs needed to come back. The Chiefs have been very lackluster, and people were talking very trash about them. Even I memed them at one point. But this is the game that Xavier Worthy needed to come back for the Chiefs to win. And it seems like that happened in his return game. Patrick Mahomes throws his first 4 touchdowns in this game, in a game, since 2023 of October of last year. So around this same time in a regular season. So, man, I don't know. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Patrick Mahomes really did the thing, throwing the ball a lot. 4 touchdowns, man. There's nothing to sleep on. In this game, Patrick Mahomes throws for 270 yards, and overall in total, he has 382 total yards, with 0 turnovers total in this game. So Patrick Mahomes did not give up the ball a lot, which is good. He kept the ball to himself, controlled the clock. Limited his turnovers, which was with 0. So you can't get no better than that. Like I said, this was the game that the Chiefs needed. Xavier Worthy returned. Patrick Mahomes' performance was very great. This is the game that they needed to turn things around. Even their time of possession, 34 minutes and 45 seconds specifically. Yeah, this is the game that they needed to control the pace in order to get this win. Yeah, so not bad for the Chiefs' performance. But let's get into this Ravens performance. And like I said earlier, Ravens defense has been falling off lately, but I already talked about that. We talked about the Lamar Jackson injury. It's going to be very devastating. But Lamar Jackson's passing percentage, he goes 14 of 20 for 147 yards, which of course doesn't sound like much because, it really isn't much. The Ravens lost this game 20-37. So they were trying to fight back in this game, but it really wasn't even that close. Lamar also throws for 1 touchdown. He also gets 1 interception. And that's the thing about Lamar, like lately, is that he's been giving up the ball a lot more. He's been throwing a lot of interceptions. He's been, loose with the ball or whatever. And it's like, no, that's not the way to win games. We need to keep the ball in our possession. What happened to when the Ravens played bully ball, man? We need to go back to those days. But like I said, this is not a defensive team no more. This is primarily offense. And with primarily offense, we need to take more care of the ball. We've been having problems with Derrick Henry as well, fumbling the ball. So everything on offense is just falling apart. Lamar Jackson also has 6 carries for 48 yards, so he did rush a little bit. But it wasn't too much rushing. 360 total yards and 2 turnovers for the overall team. Like I said, we're giving up the ball way too much. Time of possession was for 25 minutes and 15 seconds. That's horrible. Our time of possession was 25 minutes and 15 seconds. That is very, very low. Compared to the Chiefs' 34 minutes and 45 seconds, it may not seem like much of a difference, but trust me, when you are on the field, it makes a whole lot of difference, and every second. Zay Flowers only has 74 yards which yes, is our best receiver that we have on the Ravens, but 74 yards is not going to cut it. So that's how much receiving yards he has. Justin Hill rushes for 76 yards. So, oh man, overall, man, you can see why we lost this game. We didn't have that many yards passing. We didn't have many yards rushing. We didn't have many yards receiving. Everything was just low. Our passer rating was worse. Our time of possession was worse. Overall, it was just horrible. It was just a bad day, man. The Ravens need to clean this up. I don't know what it is, man. I mean, I think I have an idea what it is. I've said it many times in this video already. It's just we're not a defensive team anymore. Our offense needs to carry our defense now, and it seems like we're not going to be able to do that because it seems like the offense, because the defense is, not performing as well as we wanted to. The offense is on the field a lot more than it should be. We're tiring ourselves out, and other defenses are just gonna clean us out and get the offense off the field, and it's gonna bring our defense right back on the field. Our defense have no time to rest, no time to recover, and then we're gonna go right back on the field. That is not good for us. That is not healthy for our defense, and it's tiring our defense out. And oh man, our offense is just not that good to carry. Like Lamar and Derrick Henry, obviously, yes, are struggling, but they're doing okay sometimes, and they can't really just carry the team by themselves. Like, we need help, and our defense has injuries, which is not surprising because every year our defense, key players get injured, and it thins our defense even more. So our defense is going to be even worse. It's just overall not good for the Ravens, man. And oh man, I just hope that we can turn things around, man, because this is not looking good. This is not looking like a Super Bowl contender team, like everybody wanted it to be. This not even looking like a playoff team. Like, yeah, we could probably get to the playoffs the first round, but we're gonna get knocked out in the first round if we keep playing like this. And I know that's weird to say, like the Ravens are not playoff contenders, but like this year it's looking like it. And I know like it's kind of too early to say, but I won't think it's too early to say because around this time in the NFL, week 4, week 5 or whatever, we're like a quarter away in the league already. And this is where teams establish their identity. And right now the Ravens' identity is not looking good. And the Ravens did struggle last year as well around this time, and we did clean some stuff up and we did make the playoffs. So hopefully we can do that again, clean our game up, and we can somehow make the playoffs. But the way it's looking right now, it's not looking too good. And as for the Chiefs, I mean, good for the Chiefs for cleaning up their game. Patrick Mahomes doing great right now, cleaning up his game. He silenced the critics that were talking about him for the last like 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks since the season started, saying that can he do this, can he not do this? Well, if he was washed up, well, he's not really washed up, and he proved that himself. He proved that. Also, Xavier Worthy came back, so this was his return game. And like I said, that's all the Chiefs needed for that is to come back, and they really did their thing. So good on for the Chiefs for cleaning up the game. Ravens, bad on you. You need to clean the game up. In terms of anime news, we have very, very exciting news for Dragon Ball fans. Nothing official yet, but something to look out for. And as a Dragon Ball fan myself, and has been waiting for any type of Dragon Ball news since 2023. It's been 2 years since the manga itself has been on hiatus, and we haven't got a single thing. I mean, we did get Dragon Ball Daima, but that's all we got in terms of anime. But when it comes to like any type of like Dragon Ball Super news, when that's supposed to come out or return, or any type of like just information about Dragon Ball, is like we've been in the dark about it. Ever since Daima came out, nothing has been said. But we did get an interview from the executive producer, Akio Yoku. We have an interview for him. We have an interview from him talking about Dragon Ball. Talking about a Dragon Ball project. Maybe a new project they're working on, maybe something small, maybe something little. But let's get into it. So Akio Yoku owns the company of Capsule Corp. Like Capsule Corp Tokyo is his company, right? And the thing with Capsule Corp Incorporated, Akio Yoku and Capsule Corp, is that he wants to be more involved when it comes to the Dragon Ball anime and the Dragon Ball video games, which means that he will, if he is able to have more control over that game and the anime, maybe the video games and the anime, maybe it will be like, maybe the anime and the video games will have more care behind them, because Akio Yoku, being the executive producer, he's the one that really, I don't know, he wants to be more involved when it comes to Dragon Ball, right? Because Dragon Ball is very popular everywhere around the world, so he wants to be more involved. Like, Dragon Ball could definitely do more. So he wants to be more involved when it comes to the Dragon Ball video games and Dragon Ball anime as well. Because the one problem that the Dragon Ball anime has is bad promotion. Daima, we didn't even know about Daima until like a month or two after its announcement, or a month or two after even, so it's not, the Dragon Ball IP as a whole is not really being taken care of by Toei. So, and Akio Yoku wants to take control of that, maybe promote it a little bit more. Video games, maybe be more involved when it comes to how the anime looks, or how it's pushed, or how, like, just be more involved, like promote it more, and maybe be more involved to where we can have actually a good product. Akira Yoku specifically wants to be, in terms of the anime, he wants to be more involved in the animation aspect of the anime. So, like I said, he wants to improve the animation aspect, because Dragon Ball Super, there was a lot of instances where when it first came out, the animation was kind of maybe it's because they were rushing it, maybe it's because they were but so he wants to be involved in the animation aspect of the video games and the anime. Akio Yoku was asked, did he enjoy watching Dragon Ball Daima? And his response was, following this work, of course, we are currently working hard to move various things forward. The Dragon Ball series will continue from here on out as well. So it wasn't really a direct answer, but his answer was that the Dragon Ball series will continue. So that's good news, but obviously we don't know as of when the Dragon Ball series is going to continue. We don't know if he was just saying that just to save face, like just to be like, oh, like, I don't know. There's no future date or anything like that. But all he said, it will continue. So there are no plans to cancel Dragon Ball Super, like everyone, or Dragon Ball, excuse me, like everyone was saying. Like, oh, is it going to come back? Is it going to come back? So we got official confirmation from the executive producer himself that Dragon Ball will continue. But we just don't have no date. We don't have no idea of what it's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be in terms of a new arc, like anime arc, or in the manga, a new movie. There is speculation of a new Dragon Ball movie coming out next year, so, but we're just gonna have to keep an eye on that. So that's all we got from the interview. Like I said, it wasn't really much. Let's not have too high of an expectation, because usually when it comes to interviews from Akira Toriyama or Akio or anybody from the Dragon Ball team, you want to leave with a grain of salt. It's something that's never set in stone or edged in stone or whatever. So it is, you know, official confirmation because we got it from, you know, Akio's mouth himself, but it's not really, it's official when it comes to that, but not really too official because there was no date, there was no time frame on which to expect anything. So take it with a grain of salt. Um, it's all just speculation, you know what I'm saying? But at least we got confirmation from Akio himself that they are working on something new when it comes to Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball is going to continue, so which is also good. But let's move on to actual video game news. So I do have video game news today, and apparently the entire country of Saudi Arabia purchased EA, bought out EA, just flat out bought EA for $55 billion. Now, why this happened, I don't know. How this happened, I don't know. I don't even know where this is coming from, but $55 billion is crazy to me. Bought EA, which begs the question. EA has been a company that a lot of people has been fed up for because of high prices. Well, their high prices are everywhere, but in terms of EA specifically, their video games have like not necessarily high prices, but their microtransactions are everywhere. They're always in your face. They always want you to buy something in the game, almost forcing you in a way, right? You don't have to do it, but it's not going to affect nothing if you do. But they're just pushing in your face, pushing in your face, pushing in your face. And the key examples of this are sports games, because when you play online sports games, they always have you. They always push the online play. That's always pushed in your face when it comes to like my team, right? For instance, like 2K, my team, and also NFL. They always want you to open up packs, spend money, open up packs, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. It's almost like a gambling thing, right? So they keep wanting you to do that to, you know, make more microtransaction sales. But because if you don't know, video games basically make their money off of microtransactions, which is why the video game industry is trying to move over to digital only. Because you saw, because if you notice, PlayStation's newest console is the Pro, right? And it's a digital only console. There's no, to my awareness, there is no disc version of that, of the newest PlayStation model console. And that's on purpose, because they're trying to move the video game industry to digital only, because that's how they make their money. Video games make their money pushing microtransactions, because if they sell it in the stores, obviously the stores get a cut of that money. So they want you to go digital, so that way the companies get the actual sale of it. They'll get you to buy microtransactions, so that's more extra money that you can spend. So they don't have, it's so they don't have to make up the difference, and when it comes to selling it in the store. So all the money can go to them instead of making up the difference selling in the stores. So that's how, like, pretty much the video game industry works, and, you know, in layman's terms, you know, to sum it all up. So yeah, so maybe with the country of Saudi Arabia acquiring EA for $55 billion, maybe this will fix the microtransaction issue. Maybe it'll lower it down a little bit, or maybe I don't think it's going to go away completely, obviously, because they got to make their money somehow, EA. But maybe it'll just like lower it down. Maybe it won't be just as pushed in your face as it was. But we're going to have to see where this goes. I don't even know if this is official yet, but if it is official, we're just going to have to wait and see in terms of like when this will get pushed out or when this will actually happen. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But if this does happen, this could change the future of video game industries, to where people who really care about video games will buy out companies so they can themselves lower the price of video games, microtransactions, just anything really. So we just got to wait and see where this comes out, what we can take out of this, and yeah, this will be interesting. But that's gonna be all for today. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Tough as one out.